Please don't let me interrupt you.
What were you doing when you were 21 years old? To the beautiful woman watching this, what were you doing as a young girl at 21? Helping mom? Chasing a career? Or building a home? Or thinking of marriage? And for my amazing men in the building, were you building your dream business then? Today, I want to tell you about a 21 years old girl. Ella Ada is 21 years old, and her life is a relentless cycle of survival. Every morning at 5 a.m., she wakes up in a small 2-bedroom house in South Central Los Angeles, the house her grandmother left them, the only thing her family owns in this world. She makes breakfast for her mother, who suffers from lupus so severe that some days she can't even get out of bed. 8 different pills laid out in a small organizer. Morning dose. A kiss on the forehead before her mother wakes. Then Ella takes 2 buses to Hancock Park, where the mansions are, where rich people live in houses bigger than her entire neighborhood block. She works 3 jobs. 3. From 5 a.m. to noon, she cleans wealthy people's homes. Mrs. Richardson's 8-bedroom estate, the Chen family's modern glass house, and a mysterious mansion belonging to a man she's only seen a handful of times, a Korean billionaire named Park Jin-Woo. Welcome to Ken Romance Stories, where love defies expectations and proves that sometimes the most unexpected unions create the strongest bonds. Before we dive into today's story, we have something special for you. But first, I want to profoundly appreciate your engagements over the past few days. You mean so much to me. I see the comments, the likes, and most importantly, the love. To the special gift we are cooking, we're creating an exclusive PDF collection of 100 powerful love quotes about healthy relationships, redemption, and choosing yourself first. If you want early access when it drops, comment "Love is Sweet" below, and we'll make sure you're the first to know about it. Now, let's get into Ella's story, a tale of forced circumstances, unexpected devotion, and a love that neither of them saw coming. His house is different. 20,000 square feet of marble and crystal and profound emptiness. The staff whispers that he's some kind of powerful businessman. Korean Mafia, though no one says it out loud. He travels constantly, handles business overseas, and when he is home, he's always surrounded by men who look like they could end your life without blinking. But Ella cleans his house like it's her own. She dusts every book in his library carefully. She waters plants no one asked her to water. She straightens family photos with gentle hands, wondering about the people in them. And sometimes, when she thinks no one is listening, she sings. Gospel songs. The ones her mama used to sing when Ella was little and scared. Songs about grace, about sparrows, about surrender. She sings because it's the only thing that makes her feel like she's more than just a maid. Like she's still Ella Ada, the girl her neighborhood calls the one who's going places. After Hancock Park, she takes 2 more buses to Koreatown. Mrs. Park's dry cleaners, where she works until 6 p.m. The 70-year-old owner teaches her Korean phrases while Ella presses shirts. Words like thank you and hello and I love you. Her 3rd job starts at 6 p.m., cleaning office buildings downtown until 10 at night. During breaks, she studies nursing textbooks from the community college she had to drop out of 2 years ago. She still dreams about going back someday, about becoming a nurse, about helping people who hurt the way her mama hurts. But dreams don't pay medical bills. So she cleans. She gets home around midnight, makes her mother's dinner, preps medications for tomorrow, checks on Marcus, her 16-year-old brother, makes sure he did his homework, makes sure he's staying away from the gangs that recruit kids like him every single day in their neighborhood. Then she collapses into bed for 4 hours before doing it all over again. In South Central, everyone knows Ella Ada. They call her the good girl, the one with a heart of gold. Men twice her age respect her too much to even try anything. Older women stop her on the street just to say they're proud. Kids come to her for homework help because she tutors for free on Saturdays. She's the one who's going to make it out, the one who works hard, keeps her head down, and trusts God. But Ella is also exhausted, bone-deep tired, the kind of tired that makes you understand why some people just stop fighting. And then her father, the man who abandoned them 9 years ago, destroys everything. Robert Ada left when Ella was 12 years old. He was a mechanic before the drinking started. Then came the gambling. Then one day, he emptied their bank account and disappeared. Ella's mother cried for weeks. Ella took care of her, took care of 7-year-old Marcus, who didn't understand why Daddy wasn't coming home. They survived without him. They always survived. But 9 years later, Robert Ada comes back, not in person, just in the form of 2 Korean men in expensive suits who show up at their house at midnight with documents bearing Ella's forged signature. $500,000. That's how much her father borrowed from the Korean Mafia, using his daughter's name as collateral before disappearing again. Ella stands in her mama's kitchen, gripping the counter so hard her knuckles turn white. Behind her, her mother is crying quietly. These men are giving them 2 weeks. $500,000 or they take the house. I didn't sign anything, Ella says, trying to keep her voice steady despite the terror coursing through her. My father forged those documents. This isn't my debt. The taller man smiles, the kind of smile that makes your blood run cold. Our boss doesn't care about technicalities, sweetheart. Someone pays. You, your mother. Doesn't matter to us. Then the shorter one leans in close. Too close. Ella can smell his expensive cologne, suffocating and wrong. But we can offer you another option. You're young, pretty, good body. We know people who pay very well for girls like you. The implication is crystal clear. They're not talking about maid work. Ella's hand moves before she can think. She grabs the kitchen knife from the counter, points it at them with shaking hands, but a steady voice. Get out of my mama's house, now. They laugh at her, like she's a child throwing a tantrum, like she's nothing. 2 weeks, Ella Ada. Figure it out. After they leave, her mother collapses into a chair, sobbing. Ella doesn't cry. She can't. She's too angry, too scared, too tired. She thought she knew what exhaustion felt like. Working herself to death for pennies, watching her mama suffer, scraping by on hope and prayer. But this is different. This is the kind of tired that makes you understand why people give up. For 3 days, Ella tries everything. She calls legal aid. They say forged documents don't matter if the debt holders don't care about legality. She goes to the bank. They laugh when she asks for a loan. She even goes to the police. They tell her to pay the debt or leave town. No one can help her. No one wants to help her. She's a 21-year-old black girl with no degree, no connections, and no way out. On the 4th day, something changes. Something that will alter the course of her entire life. Because on the 4th day, Park Jin-Woo finally notices the maid who sings in his library. It's early morning when Jin-Woo finds himself drawn to an unfamiliar sound in his vast, empty mansion. Singing music. A woman's voice, soft and beautiful, coming from his library. Park Jin-Woo is 50 years old. He's built a billion-dollar empire through legitimate businesses and underground operations. He's respected, feared, and profoundly alone. His massive house echoes with emptiness despite being filled with priceless things. He walks toward the sound and sees her for the first time. Really sees her. Ella is cleaning his library in her maid uniform, bent over as she dusts bookshelves. The uniform hugs her curves, hips, waist, thighs that any man would notice. Her natural hair is pulled back in a high puff. Gold hoops catch the morning sunlight. Her skin glows even after what must have been hours of work. She's singing about sparrows and grace, her voice carrying genuine joy despite obvious exhaustion. Jin-Woo watches her for 5 full minutes. She doesn't know he's there. He sees how carefully she dusts every single book, how gently she repositions his family photos, how she notices the wilted flowers in a vase and throws them away without being asked, how she waters the plant by the window that nobody told her to water. Then she stops to read the title of a Korean poetry book on his shelf. She's curious, educated, hungry for knowledge, even while cleaning someone else's house. She smiles to herself while singing, finding genuine joy in a moment that most people would find degrading. And Jin-Woo feels something crack in his chest, something that's been frozen for 20 years. This woman cleans toilets but carries herself like royalty. She has nothing but radiates contentment. She's young enough to be his daughter, but there's a wisdom in her movements, a dignity in her work that most people twice her age don't possess. Then she sees him. She doesn't flinch, doesn't flirt, just offers a polite, genuine smile. "Good morning, Mr. Park. I'm sorry, was I too loud? I can be quieter." Her eyes meet his directly, not with fear, not with calculation, just acknowledgement, like he's a person, not a gangster, not a billionaire, just a man. "You have a beautiful voice," Jin-Woo says, and he means it. Over the next 3 weeks, Jin-Woo finds himself watching her, learning about her without her knowledge. He overhears her on the phone with her mother, patient, loving, worried about medical bills. He sees her split her lunch with a new maid who forgot hers. He watches her take the blame when another worker breaks an expensive statue, protecting her coworker from consequences. One of his men makes a crude comment about Ella's body within Jin-Woo's earshot. Jin-Woo waits to see how she'll handle it. Ella stops, turns, looks the man directly in the eye. "I deserve respect, and you should be ashamed." Then she walks away with perfect dignity, doesn't run to the boss to complain, doesn't make a scene, just states her worth and moves on. That's the moment Jin-Woo realizes something profound. This 21-year-old maid has more honor than most of his soldiers. He starts investigating her, learns about her 3 jobs, her sick mother, her spotless reputation in South Central, her church volunteering, her dream of nursing school, the fact that men in her neighborhood call her untouchable out of respect. And then Jin-Woo learns about the debt, about her father's betrayal, about the threat his own men made to sell her. He makes a decision that shocks even himself. Jin-Woo shows up at Ella's house personally, something a boss of his stature never does for a small debt. Ella opens the door, sees him standing there in an expensive suit with 2 bodyguards, and her face goes pale. She knows who he is now, the owner of her debt, the man whose house she cleans, the most dangerous person she's ever met. "Mr. Park," she says, voice steady despite her obvious fear. "May I come in?" She leads him to the small living room. Her mother is there, scared. Marcus peers around the corner, protective of his sister. Jin-Woo looks at Ella, this young woman with fire in her eyes and dignity in her spine, and makes an offer that surprises everyone in the room, including himself. "Marry me. The debt disappears, Your mother keeps her house. Your brother stays in school. You keep your dignity. Silence. Complete, stunned silence. Ella stares at him. This 50-year-old Korean mafia boss wants to marry her? A 21-year-old black maid with nothing to her name? Why? She whispers. For a moment, something vulnerable flickers across Jin-Woo's face, something lonely and honest and raw. Because I'm tired of being alone, he says simply. And you deserve better than being sold to traffickers because your father is a coward. Ella's mother starts to protest, but Ella holds up a hand. Her mind is racing. $500,000, her mama's house, Marcus's future, her own safety. I need time to think, she says. You have until tomorrow morning. Jin-Woo stands to leave, then pauses. Ella, I don't force women. Whatever you decide, you'll walk out of this safely. You have my word. That night, Ella and her mother talk until dawn. Mama cries, begs her not to do this. Marcus says there has to be another way, but Ella knows the truth. There is no other way. The next morning, she takes the bus back to Jin-Woo's mansion. He's in his office, looking out over Los Angeles like he owns it. Maybe he does. I'll marry you, Ella says to his back, but I have conditions. He turns around. Something that looks like respect crosses his face. I'm listening. Ella takes a deep breath. This is where she decides what kind of marriage this will be, what kind of woman she'll be. Separate bedrooms? You don't touch me until I say you can. I go back to school, nursing degree, and you pay for it. My mama and Marcus move in here where it's safe. You protect them like you'd protect me. She steps closer, making sure he sees the steel in her spine. And if you ever hurt them, I don't care how powerful you are. I'll find a way to hurt you back. For a long moment, Jin-Woo just stares at her. Then slowly, the corners of his mouth lift. Almost a smile. You have courage, he says. Good. You'll need it married to me. He walks to his desk, writes something down, hands her a business card. My lawyer. He'll draft a prenup that protects you. Your own bank account with monthly deposits. Money I can't touch. If this marriage doesn't work, you walk away with enough to start over. Ella takes the card with trembling hands. He's protecting her? From himself? Agreed to all your terms, Jin-Woo continues. Separate bedrooms, no touching without permission. UCLA nursing program, full ride. Your family moves in with full security. They'll have the best protection money can buy. He extends his hand. And Ella, you'll always have a choice. Always. This marriage might start as a contract, but you're not my prisoner. You're my wife. There's a difference. Ella shakes his hand. His grip is firm but not crushing. Warm but not possessive. What do I call you? She asks. When it's just us? Jin-Woo, he says. My name is Jin-Woo. Not Mr. Park, not Sir. Jin-Woo. It sounds almost intimate. They marry on a Thursday afternoon at the courthouse. No celebration, no family, just signatures on paper and a legal binding that saves Ella's family and ties her to a man she barely knows. Jin-Woo wears a black suit. Ella wears a simple white dress borrowed from Mrs. Park at the dry cleaners. The ceremony takes 7 minutes. When the officiant says, "You may kiss the bride," Jin-Woo looks at her, really looks at her. May I? He asks quietly. He's asking permission, on their wedding day, when legally he could demand anything. Ella nods, stunned by his courtesy. The kiss is soft, brief, respectful. Then it's over. Ella is now Mrs. Park, 21 years old and married to a 50-year-old billionaire who makes grown men tremble. She moves into his Bel Air mansion that same day. He gives her the entire East Wing, her own bedroom suite bigger than her childhood home, a walk-in closet filled with designer clothes in her exact size, a bathroom with a tub you could swim in. "If you need anything, ask the staff," Jin-Woo says at her bedroom door. Then he leaves. Doesn't try to enter, doesn't try for more, just gives her space. The first week is strange. Ella barely sees her husband. He works constantly, early morning meetings, late night phone calls in rapid Korean. But every morning when she wakes up, there's a caramel latte on her nightstand, her favorite drink. She never told him, but somehow he knows. Ella's mother and Marcus move in during the second week. Her mother cries when she sees her suite, a master bedroom on the first floor, designed for someone with mobility issues. Marcus explores the mansion like it's Disneyland. "Sis, your husband is loaded," Marcus says, eyes wide at the pool, game room, home theater. "Yeah," Ella says quietly. "He is." That night, Jin-Woo knocks on Ella's door. He's changed from his suit into jeans and a black t-shirt. He looks younger, almost normal. "I wanted to make sure your family settled in okay." "They did. Thank you." "Good." He turns to leave, hesitates. "Ella, would you join me for dinner tomorrow? Just the two of us. I'd like to get to know my wife." It's a request, not a demand. "Okay," Ella hears herself say. "Tomorrow." He smiles, genuinely smiles, and it transforms his entire face. "Good night, Ella." "Good night, Jin-Woo." She closes the door, heart racing, wondering what she's gotten herself into. Dinner becomes routine. Every night at 7, Jin-Woo, Ella, her mother, and Marcus sit at the massive dining table that suddenly doesn't feel so empty. At first it's awkward. A Korean Mafia boss, a young black woman, her sick mother, and a teenage boy all trying to make conversation. But slowly, so slowly Ella almost doesn't notice, things shift. Jin-Woo asks about her mother's health. Really asks. He wants to know symptoms, medications, pain levels. Within a week, a world-renowned rheumatologist shows up at the house. "Mr. Park arranged it," the doctor explains. Ella's mother cries. Happy tears. Jin-Woo asks Marcus about school, learns about his love for computers. The next day, Marcus has a new laptop and Jin-Woo is teaching him about cryptocurrency and coding. And Ella? Jin-Woo asks her questions. Real questions. "Why nursing?" he asks one evening. "Because I've watched Mama suffer for years. I want to help people who hurt like she does." He nods slowly, thoughtfully. "That's honorable. What about you?" Ella dares to ask. "Why all this?" She gestures at the wealth, the empire. His face darkens. "Because 20 years ago, I wasn't strong enough to protect someone I loved. I decided I'd never be weak again." "What happened?" Jin-Woo is quiet for so long, Ella thinks he won't answer. Then, "Her name was Minji, 28 years old, pregnant with our child. Rivals kidnapped her. I had to choose between my clan's honor and her life." "What did you choose?" "Honor." His voice barely audible. "They killed her anyway, killed our baby. I found her body in a warehouse in Koreatown." Ella's heart cracks. This dangerous man has been carrying 20 years of guilt. "I'm so sorry," she whispers. "Don't be. It taught me that power is the only thing that protects what you love." "That's not true," Ella says quietly. "Power didn't save Minji. Love protects. Real love." Jin-Woo stares at her like she's spoken a language he doesn't understand. "How are you so wise at 21? "Because I've been tired my whole life, and tired people don't have energy for lies." He laughs. Actually laughs. Deep and genuine. And Ella realizes something that terrifies her. She likes him. Everything changes when Jin-Woo's mother visits from Korea. Park Hae-won is 78, elegant, traditional, and she hates Ella from first sight. She walks past Ella like she's invisible, speaks to Jin-Woo in rapid Korean. Ella doesn't understand the words, but the disgust in the tone is unmistakable. At dinner, Jin-Woo's mother refuses to eat. She makes comments in Korean that make the staff uncomfortable. Then, in English, specifically so Ella will understand, she asks her son when he plans to divorce this girl and marry a proper Korean woman who can give her real grandchildren. Ella sits there, hands folded, taking it. This is part of the deal. She married into his world. His world doesn't want her. Then Jin-Woo's mother says something in Korean that makes his jaw clench. He stands, slowly, deliberately. He speaks in Korean, low, controlled, deadly. The entire room falls silent. His mother goes pale. She tries to argue. He cuts her off with a single word. Then he switches to English. For Ella. Mother, Ella is my wife. She will be treated with respect in our house. If you cannot do that, you're welcome to return to Korea. Tonight. His mother stands, shaking with rage. You dishonor your family. No. Jin-Woo's voice rises. I honor the woman who showed me kindness when I didn't deserve it. I honor the woman who sacrificed her freedom to save her family. I honor the woman who sees me as a person, not a weapon. That is worth more than your approval. That is worth everything. His mother leaves. 10 minutes later, they hear a car pull away. The house is silent. Jin-Woo turns to Ella. You didn't have to do that, she says quietly. He walks over, kneels beside her chair so they're eye level. Yes, I did. You're my wife. You're mine to protect. And no one, not my mother, not my organization, not anyone, gets to disrespect you, ever. Something warm blooms in Ella's chest. Something dangerous. Thank you, she whispers. No one's ever stood up for me like that. He smiles, sad and soft. You deserve people who stand up for you, Ella. That night, Ella realizes the truth she's been avoiding. She's falling in love with Park Jin-Woo. After his mother leaves, Jin-Woo starts spending more time at home. They have coffee together in mornings, take walks in the garden. He teaches her Korean. She teaches him slang. What does no cap mean? He asks one day, completely serious. Ella bursts out laughing. It means for real, like, that's true, no cap. He practices it. This coffee is good. No cap. You sound ridiculous. But accurate? Yes, accurate. He grins, and Ella notices he's been smiling more. The cold Mafia boss is gone. This version of Jin-Woo is warm, almost happy. One night at 2 a.m., Ella finds him in the kitchen staring at a frozen pizza like it's a puzzle. Need help? She asks. I want to cook. For you? For our family? But I don't know how. What were you going to make? Soul food. I researched it. Fried chicken, collard greens, mac and cheese, your comfort foods. Ella's heart melts. You researched soul food? I want to understand your world. Everything that made you who you are. So at 2 a.m., Ella teaches Jin-Woo how to cook. He burns the first batch of chicken. The second is undercooked. The third is perfect. They cook until 4 a.m., laughing, talking, sharing stories. And somewhere between the collard greens and mac and cheese, Jin-Woo puts his hand on Ella's waist to move past her. Just casual, comfortable. They both freeze. I'm sorry, he says immediately, pulling away. I didn't mean, no. Ella catches his hand. It's okay. You can touch me. Like that. Casual. Normal. Are you sure? She nods. He moves back, his hand on her waist, and it feels right. Natural. Ella, he says quietly. Yeah? I'm glad you're here. Me too, she whispers. And she means it. Everything changes when a rival gang threatens Ella. She's walking to her car after UCLA classes when a black SUV pulls up. 3 Korean men get out. Young, dangerous. Mrs. Park, one says with a cruel smile, our boss has a message for your husband. He takes her picture with his phone. Tell Jin-Woo his pretty wife is easy to find. Tell him we're coming for everything he loves. Then they leave. Ella drives home shaking. Jin-Woo takes one look at her face and knows. What happened? She tells him. He goes completely still. The cold, dangerous Mafia boss returns. Pack a bag. You, your mother, Marcus. You're going to a safe house. No. Ella, no, I'm not running. If there's danger, we face it together. These people will hurt you to hurt me. Then make sure they can't. You said I'm yours to protect, so protect me, but don't send me away. He stares at her, then makes a call in Korean. Short, clipped, final. Jin-Woo disappears for 3 days. No calls, no texts, just silence. When he returns, his knuckles are bruised. There's blood under his fingernails. Is it over? Ella asks. It's over. They'll never threaten you again. What did you do? What I needed to do. Ella should be horrified. Instead, she whispers, Did you get hurt? He stares at her, shocked. You're worried about me? I just killed people to protect you. And you're worried about me? Yes, because you're mine to worry about now. His eyes go wide. What? You protected me. You went to war for me. That makes you mine, Jin-Woo. Mine to care for. Mine to... She stops. Almost said it. Love. Yours to what? He whispers. Mine to choose, she says instead. This started as debt, but it's not anymore. It's about wanting you. That night, Ella can't sleep. She keeps thinking about Jin-Woo, the blood, the guilt he carries, 20 years of loneliness. Around 3 a.m., she hears screaming. She runs to his bedroom. He's tangled in sheets, shaking, calling out in Korean. Minji, Mianhae, Jabal, Minji. I'm sorry. Please, Minji. Ella climbs into his bed, pulls him into her arms. Jin-Woo, wake up. You're safe. I'm here. He wakes gasping, disoriented, realizes where he is, in her arms, and freezes. He tries to pull away. She holds tighter. Don't, please. You shouldn't see me like this. Look at me. He does. You're not alone anymore. You haven't been since I moved into this house. I'm 50 years old, he says, voice breaking. I've killed people. I've made every wrong choice. I don't deserve... Maybe you don't. Maybe I don't deserve someone who goes to war for me. Maybe we're both too broken. She cups his face. But I'm choosing you anyway. Are you going to choose me back? He stares at her, eyes wet. She's never seen him cry. I've been choosing you since I heard you singing in my library. I just didn't think I had the right to tell you. You have the right. I'm giving it to you. I'm 30 years older. I don't care. People will judge? Let them. I'm dangerous. So am I. I married you, didn't I? He laughs through tears. Ella Ada Park, you are the bravest person I've ever met. And you, Park Jin-Woo, are the loneliest. But you don't have to be anymore. He kisses her. Desperate, reverent, 20 years of loneliness in one moment. When they pull apart, Ella whispers, I don't want separate bedrooms anymore. Are you sure? I'm sure. I choose you. Not because I owe you, because I want you. I don't deserve you. Then earn me. Every day. Show me I made the right choice. For the rest of my life, he promises. The next morning, Jin-Woo calls a meeting with his entire organization. Every captain, every soldier, every person who works for him. Ella stands beside him when he makes the announcement in both English and Korean. Ella is not just my wife on paper. She is my partner, my equal. Her word carries the same weight as mine. Anyone who disrespects her answers to me personally. The room is silent. Then, one by one, every man bows. To Ella, the maid from South Central, the girl with nothing. They bow. Jin-Woo enrolls Ella full-time at UCLA. No more working. Your only job is to learn, to become the nurse you've always wanted to be. He hires security to protect her on campus, not to control her, to keep her safe. He throws a real wedding, a proper celebration. Half the ceremony is traditional Korean, him in a hanbok, her in a beautiful modernized version. Buddhist prayers, bowing to ancestors. His world. The other half is Black church celebration, gospel choir, Ella's mother crying happy tears, Marcus walking her down the aisle, her neighborhood showing up in their Sunday best. Her world. They blend them, fuse them, create something new. When Jin-Woo says his vows, he's crying openly. Ella, you are my second chance. You saw a monster and found a man. You had every reason to hate me and chose love instead. I will spend every day earning the gift you've given me. I will protect you, honor you, choose you, until my last breath. When Ella says hers, she's crying too. Jin-Woo, you gave me freedom when you could have taken it. You gave me choice when I had none. You gave me love when I'd forgotten what it felt like. You saw a maid and called her a queen. I choose you, today and forever. In your world and mine. The most dangerous man in Los Angeles cries in front of 300 people because a 22-year-old black girl from South Central chose to love him back. 6 months later, people still ask Ella, how can you be happy? He forced you to marry him. Here's what they don't understand. Yes, Ella was forced into a marriage, but she wasn't forced to stay, wasn't forced to fall in love, wasn't forced to choose Jin-Woo every single day after that contract was signed. Jin-Woo gave her everything he promised. Separate rooms, respect, education, protection, freedom. He gave her choice when he could have taken it, and that's why she chose him back. He's 50. She's 22 now. That bothers people. But nobody cared when Ella worked 3 jobs her entire adult life. Nobody questioned when her father sold her for gambling debts. Nobody called it a scandal when she was one bad day away from being trafficked. But a powerful man treats her like a queen, and suddenly everyone has opinions. Jin-Woo isn't perfect. He has blood on his hands. His world is violent and dangerous. But with Ella, he's gentle, patient, kind. He listens. He laughs at her jokes. He learned soul food because he wanted to understand her culture. He sits in church next to her mama even though he doesn't understand the sermon. He helps Marcus with college applications. The man everyone fears gets on his knees every morning and bows to his wife. That's a Korean tradition, showing respect to people you honor. Park Jin-Woo, 50 years old, powerful, dangerous, bows to his 22-year-old wife every single morning. Because he knows what everyone else doesn't. She's not his property, not his trophy, not his mistake. She's his equal, his partner, his choice, and he's hers. Yes, Ella is beautiful. Yes, Jin-Woo noticed her body. He has eyes. But he fell in love with her character. The way she sang while scrubbing floors, how she stood up for herself, how she loved her mama enough to sacrifice everything. He saw her value when she was at her lowest, and he's spent every day since showing her that value in return. Last week, someone at a business dinner asked Jin-Woo, "Why her? You could have any woman. Why the maid? Jin-Woo didn't hesitate. Because she's the only woman who looked at me and saw a man instead of a monster. Because she had nothing and still had more dignity than most people with everything. Because she was drowning and still reached out to help others. Because she walked into my empty house and filled it with life. Because she gave me a reason to be better instead of just more powerful. Because she chose me when she didn't have to. And every day since, she keeps choosing me. That's why her. Ella is finishing her nursing degree next semester. Top of her class. She wants to work with lupus patients. People like her mama. Her mother's health is better than it's been in 10 years. The best doctors, the best treatment. Marcus got accepted to MIT, full ride, computer science. Jin-Woo is already talking about investing in his future company. And Ella? She wakes up every morning next to a man who loves her so deeply, it sometimes scares her. A man who was dead inside until she showed him how to live. A man she was forced to marry who became the love of her life. This morning, like every morning, Jin-Woo got on his knees and bowed before leaving for work. "Why do you do that?" Ella asked. "You're the powerful one." He smiled. "No, you are. You have the power to make me want to be better. You have the power to make me feel human. You have the power to make me believe I deserve good things. I bow because you're the only queen in my empire that matters." They thought he bought her. The truth? They saved each other. He gave her freedom. She gave him purpose. He gave her security. She gave him peace. He gave her wealth. She gave him love. And that's the only transaction that matters. So the next time you see a May-December couple and want to judge, ask yourself, is she trapped or choosing? Is he controlling or serving? Is it power imbalance or mutual respect? Because sometimes the most beautiful love stories start in the ugliest circumstances. Sometimes forced becomes chosen. Sometimes debt becomes devotion. And sometimes the man everyone fears is brave enough to kneel. Ella Ada Park, 22 years old, nursing student, daughter, sister, wife. The maid who married the Mafia boss and taught him that love, real love, is the only power that matters. This is her story. This is their truth. And it proves that sometimes the wrong beginning leads to the right ending. Thank you for joining us on Ella and Jin-Woo's journey, a story that reminds us love can bloom even in the most unexpected circumstances, and that true partnership means choosing each other every single day. If this story touched your heart, don't forget to comment "Love is Sweet" below for early access to our exclusive PDF collection of 100 powerful love quotes. Like this video if you believe in second chances and redemption arcs. Subscribe to Ken Romance Stories for more tales of love that defies expectations. And remember, the strongest love stories aren't always the easiest ones. Sometimes they're the ones where two broken people decide to heal together. Until next time, keep believing in love's power to transform.